In this era, many influential families eagerly sought intelligent and accomplished young men as prospective sons-in-law. Jian Kim Hai, a powerful figure, was no exception. He chose Lu Thang, a refined scholar with a promising future, and meticulously planned their marriage. Jian Kim Hai's daughter, Jian Mingzhu, was no ordinary woman, intelligent and beautiful. She successfully managed her own jewelry store and was beloved by everyone as the only daughter of the Jian family. At the store, Mingzhu frequently encountered Cao Wen, a notorious con artist who preyed on naive young women. Witnessing his tricks, Mingzhu intervened, preventing another potential victim. Cao Wen became enraged, but Mingzhu's truthful account of his schemes finally brought the other girl to her senses. However, Cao Wen's fury turned towards Mingzhu, resulting in vandalism as he knocked over jewelry display cases. Just as a large cabinet was about to fall on Mingzhu, Lu Thang appeared miraculously and saved her. Mingzhu, who had secretly harbored feelings for Lu Thang for a long time, was overjoyed. The girl Lu Thang had previously helped also expressed her gratitude, but his sudden departure prevented Mingzhu from properly thanking him. Later, she met Lu Thang again, but found him distant, completely different from the man she remembered. Recalling his 2-year absence spent gaining experience, Mingzhu patiently waited for his return. Anticipating their wedding, his cold demeanor shattered her hopes. Yet she remained determined to wait, comforted by her maid, Tan Din, who recognized the change in Lu Thang but believed time would mend their relationship. Meanwhile, Mingzhu, now the owner of the store, chose not to reproach him for his altered demeanor. Meanwhile, Lu Thang discovered a jade pendant on Cao Wen belonging to Zhang Hua, who had been executed for embezzlement. This discovery spurred Lu Thang's return, as Zhang Hua was his mentor, and he was determined to prove his innocence. Aided by his friend Ung Tam, this arranged marriage was also part of Ung Tam's plan to have Lu Thang join the Jian family to leverage their influence in investigating the case. Mingzhu, upon learning of her father's choice of Lu Thang, did not object. The wedding day arrived, and Lu Thang became the target of many powerful families. He skillfully avoided them, only to discover his mother at the Jian family home. It turned out Mingzhu and her father had collaborated to facilitate this marriage, fearing other clans would exploit Lu Thang. While Mingzhu saw it as a protective measure, Lu Thang perceived the Jian family as manipulative, refusing to accept their conditions, which Mingzhu was unaware of. While Tan Din prepared Mingzhu's wedding attire, Lu Thang, after being drugged, luckily regained consciousness, rejected Mingzhu, and left, leaving her heartbroken but resolute in not forcing him. Because of the issue with Lu Thang, Min Tu and her father were estranged. Min Tu disagreed with her father's approach. She didn't believe Lu Thang was her only suitor. Learning of her father's plan to apprehend Lu Thang, Min Tu threatened self-harm, angering her father and causing him to fall ill. Meanwhile, Lu Thang's mother pleaded with him, expressing her fondness for Min Tu and urging him to reconsider. But he seemed unconcerned. Upon learning of her father's illness, Min Tu rushed to his side. Her father was her only remaining family, and she cherished their bond. He reciprocated her love, showering her with affection despite her mother's absence. He took the medicine she brought, and their reconciliation was sealed with him gifting her a gold bracelet, claiming he designed it himself. Min Tu happily accepted, then left to allow him to rest. Unaware of the malevolent shift in Zhou Diniang's gaze, Min Tu went out that day after hearing that Zhou Diniang was alone at a mountain pavilion. En route, she briefly encountered Lu Thang, who was traveling to the capital for an examination. They exchanged a quick, hopeful greeting before parting ways. That evening, Min Tu reached the pavilion but hesitated to approach. Witnessing Zhou Diniang conversing with a man, while eavesdropping, Qing Ting made a noise, revealing their presence. A chase ensued, with numerous pursuers. Simultaneously, a group of men in black launched a massacre at the Jian family estate. Leaving no survivors, Qing Ting sacrificed himself to buy Min Tu time, ultimately dying in the process. Min Tu continued her desperate flight. Cornered at a cliff edge, with the men closing in, she fell. At the same time, her father perished at the Jian estate. Lu Thang, near the cliff's base, heard the commotion and rushed to the scene. He saw a woman fall. Recognizing it as Min Tu, he also heard the approaching pursuers. Sensing they were not benevolent, and quickly loaded her into his carriage without explanation to his mother. Fleeing the scene, the pursuers found only blood and a hairpin. Lu Thang and his mother found a physician for Min Tu. Though her head wound was severe, her life was not in immediate danger. Though they remained anxious, Lu Thang was perplexed by the events. But upon returning to the Jian estate, he found only corpses. Ying Tam discovered him among the bodies, leading them to a secluded area to speak. Upon his return, Min Tu remained unconscious. Lu Thang revealed her family's situation to his mother, who felt immense sympathy for Min Tu's plight. While they were talking, Min Tu awoke, suffering from amnesia. She didn't recognize Lu Thang or his mother. The physician offered little hope, suggesting that her memory might return gradually. The situation was far worse than anticipated. Posters featuring Min Tu's portrait offered a significant reward for her capture. Upon seeing her own picture posted, Min Tu suspected foul play, that Lu Thang and his mother intended to claim the reward. Despite Lu Thang's attempts to stop her, she left to visit the Jian family gold shop. A sense of familiarity overwhelmed her, though she remained skeptical of Lu Thang and his mother's claim that she was their relative. She considered the bracelet as a potential clue. Before entering, she was surrounded by thugs. She fled, only to be intercepted by Lu Thang, who took her to safety before disappearing, leaving her at the inn. Their current location was unsafe, so the three of them left after explaining to Min Tu that their pursuers were connected to her former master. Min Tu accompanied them. At an inn, they found numerous corpses. Lu Thang recognized the work of bandits, and Min Tu, while helping others, saved a young lady, attracting the bandits' attention. Luckily, Qing Chao rescued her. The young lady was trembling. Min Tu calmed her. While Lu Thang and Qing Chao were talking, they heard commotion. The bandits were returning. They fought back. Min Tu, worried, went to check and was targeted by a bandit. She fled, but was caught, only for Lu Thang to arrive just in time. During the fight, Lu Thang was pushed into a ravine. Min Tu, distraught, cried out. After a while, he climbed back up, and she relievedly embraced him. This incident drew Lu Thang, his mother, and Min Tu closer, and Min Tu accepted them. The next morning, while traveling, Lu Thang's carriage was stopped by Min Tu's pursuers. Without a word, they searched the carriage, but finding the wrong person, left after brief pleasantries. Min Tu was now traveling with Qing Chao, causing Lu Thang's mother anxiety. Lu Thang had anticipated this and, to ensure Min Tu's safety, sent her with Qing Chao. Observing Qing Chao's belongings, Lu Thang deduced he wasn't ordinary. Reassuring his mother somewhat, a sudden downpour ensued, leaking into Qing Chao's carriage. They shielded themselves from the rain, and Min Tu spotted a small pavilion. Undeterred by the rain, she happily ran out to enjoy it, her small figure captivating Qing Chao's gaze. He followed her, and they playfully enjoyed the rain together, soaking themselves. Despite the hardships, they safely reached the capital. Qing Chao and Lu Thang's carriages met, and they parted ways, leaving lasting impressions on each other. Lu Thang took Min Tu and his mother to their pre-arranged lodging. Ying Tam, anxiously pacing, rushed to greet them. Seeing Min Tu, he was surprised and called her name, but before he could say anything, Lu Thang interrupted, clarifying that Min Tu was now Lu Ming Tu and not her former self. Ying Tam understood, keeping silent, while others were unaware. Ying Tam knew everything and understood this was necessary for her protection. Min Tu, bewildered, followed them into the house. Everyone was shocked to see its condition. Apparently, a storm had damaged the house significantly overnight. Understanding the situation, they began cleaning. After cleaning, Min Tu, Lu Thang, and Ying Tam went out shopping. Ying Tam secretly smiled at the growing closeness between Lu Thang and Min Tu. Min Tu bought enough fabric for 3 outfits, including one for Lu Thang. Everyone rejoiced at his happy expression. They shared a warm dinner that evening. The next morning, while going out, Lu Thang found a puppy and brought it to Min Tu, who was overjoyed, treating it as a treasure. As Lu Thang was preparing to move to a scholar's residence for the examinations, he entrusted Ying Tam with their care. Ying Tam happily agreed. Lu Thang anticipated the return of Min Tu's pursuers but believed the capital offered more safety. Though warned, Min Tu, unwilling to be a burden, investigated business opportunities. While pondering business ideas, she saw a familiar figure, Qing Chao, who was equally delighted to see her amidst the crowd. Min Tu outlined her business plan, and Tan Chu, while supportive, cautioned her that entrepreneurship wasn't easy. Their conversation extended into lunchtime, so they went to eat together. Min Tu was unfamiliar with the area, but Tan Chu guided her. She was quickly impressed by the elegance of even a simple tea ceremony in the capital city. Admiring the skill of the tea server, during their meal, they spotted Zheng Tam, an associate of Dao Dithin. Observing the situation, Min Tu and Tan Chu waited. Zheng Tam was there for a hairpin, and realizing the implication, Min Tu approached. Soon, a group gathered, and a complete design was collaboratively created. This incident revealed Min Tu's natural talent for jewelry design, a talent Tan Chu also recognized, encouraging her to pursue it. Elsewhere, Yang Zishu, leveraging his family's influence, intimidated others into giving him a wide berth. He provocatively sought confrontations, eventually targeting Lu Thang. However, upon opening the door, Zishu unexpectedly cowered before Lu Thang. Tan Chu, witnessing this, arrived just in time for Zishu's hasty retreat upon recognizing Lu Thang's connection to Tan Chu. Over the next few days, Min Tu searched for a business location. Uncertain of her prospects, she discovered a shop for sale and inquired. The shopkeeper, remembering her assistance with the jewelry design, was enthusiastic. Though Min Tu lacked sufficient funds, he agreed to a partial upfront payment and a payment plan. After securing the shop, Min Tu sought a way to earn money. Coincidentally, she encountered Dao Dithin, who, after Min Tu declined a loan, offered her a job. Min Tu readily accepted, and accompanied Dithin to the family estate. Before arriving, Dithin revealed her true identity as an Hien Quan. Meanwhile, at the Prince Thai's manor, a eunuch announced a marriage alliance with the family, approved by the imperial concubine. This was presented as a mutually beneficial partnership. Prince Tui was aware of some family matters. The imperial concubine intended to marry off the family's eldest daughter. But due to widespread negative rumors, Tan Chu, deemed more suitable, was entrusted with delivering the marriage proposal to the family and investigating the underlying issues. Lu Thang, independently pursuing a related lead, converged on the family and followed Tan Chu. Min Tu began working as a lady-in-waiting for the family's eldest daughter, Shu Quan, known for her erratic temperament. The previous lady-in-waiting's fate was well known. Even Liang Quan, the second daughter, showed some deference to Shu Quan. Aware of her precarious position, Min Tu faced immediate challenges from Shu Quan's hostility during her first lesson. However, Min Tu confidently refuted the false accusations, highlighting the absurdity in a situation where even tutors often submitted to Shu Quan's whims. Their argument was interrupted by the arrival of the matriarch, who resolved the matter. After school, Hien Quan brought Min Tu to meet the matriarch. Tan Chu and Lu Thang witnessed the confrontation, confirming Shu Quan's reputation for arrogance. They recognized the difficulties Min Tu would face. Lu Thang, observing the scene, noted the many people enjoying tea and poetry, and recited a poem. The family's head praised Lu Thang's verse upon arrival. Elsewhere, Min Tu accompanied Liang Quan to Shu Quan's room. Upon hearing Min Tu's approach, someone inside quickly left. Shu Quan, upon seeing Liang Quan and Min Tu, frowned before Liang Quan departed, having failed to obtain her desired information. Finally, an Ngu Su, while conversing with Lu Thang and Tan Chu, left due to urgent business. Already having learned of Shu Quan's classroom misconduct, he angrily reprimanded Shu Quan. His anger far from subsided. That evening, Min Tu, pondering in her room, heard a knock. Finding no one, she returned inside only to be startled by Lu Thang's sudden appearance. Another knock interrupted their conversation. Recognizing Tan Chu's voice, Min Tu opened the door. Lu Thang observed Min Tu's cheerful demeanor with a curious expression. After their arrival, Min Tu explained their intentions. She was working at the family to earn money. While they didn't object, they warned her that Shu Quan was difficult. Min Tu, however, was confident in her ability to handle herself. The next day, during class, Min Tu shared her observations after a few days. She suspected the events unfolding were orchestrated for a power struggle. When Min Tu spoke with Hien Quan, Shu Quan's displeasure was evident. As Min Tu returned to her seat, Shu Quan nearly caused her to fall, but Lu Thang intervened. Today, Lu Thang was teaching, having received an Ngu Sus permission. Tan Chu also attended. Seeing Min Tu and Tan Chu exchange notes, Lu Thang diverted their attention by asking Tan Chu to play the zither while he recited poetry. creating an unprecedented calm in the classroom. The lesson ended. Everyone left except Shu Quan, who was called to remain. Lu Thang presented her with the blank paper she'd previously submitted. After a discussion, to avoid involving her father, Shu Quan agreed to punishment, initially assigned to Min Tu. However, Min Tu proposed an alternative. In Shu Quan's room, Min Tu casually strolled around, confirming her suspicions. She discovered an unfinished embroidery piece with exquisite stitching and decided to take it without permission. A chase ensued, interrupted by Shu Quan's servants. A crowd gathered, dispersing at Shu Quan's intimidating remark. Min Tu, having achieved her goal, departed, ignoring Shu Quan's angry shouts from behind. To gather information, Min Tu distributed gifts around the Yin family, hoping to learn more about Shu Quan. People readily shared stories with her. Despite his father's reprimand for being late, Tan Chu continued visiting the Yin family. His father only censured him for his lateness, not his assistance to Prince Tui. Passing the classroom, he heard music. Min Tu entered, and after a conversation, at Tan Chu's urging, played a piece. Lu Thang, bringing her a cushion and clothes, overheard from outside. Though amnesiac, Min Tu hadn't forgotten her musical skills. Lu Thang recalled a previous encounter where Min Tu had sought his help, making mistakes in her playing but claiming she didn't know where she went wrong. He had dismissed it as an excuse. Hearing Tan Chu point out Min Tu's errors, he realized she hadn't been making excuses. With Lu Thang inside, Min Tu followed him, leaving Tan Chu admiring the siblings' harmonious interaction. After taking Min Tu elsewhere, Lu Thang inquired about Shu Quan. Min Tu shared her theory that Shu Quan, despite her accomplishments, was unjustly maligned, a matter requiring further investigation. Days later, an imperial eunuch arrived with a message from the imperial concubine. An Ngu Su and the matriarch received him cautiously. Shu Quan appeared, displaying impeccable manners and winning the eunuch's favor. After discussions, the eunuch departed. However, panic erupted as Min Tu, unable to swim, fell into the water, crying for help. Lu Thang rescued her, and she fainted. He took her to her room, leaving Tan Chu to investigate. Liang Quan's servant's slip of the tongue implicated Shu Quan in the incident, prompting a thorough investigation. Min Tu, upon regaining consciousness, initially believed her fall was accidental. Only after Tan Chu revealed that the bridge was greased did she realize foul play. But she was sure Shu Quan wasn't responsible. However, outsiders, including her parents, were unconvinced. Even after Shu Quan's explanation, Min Tu tried to speak up, but her words were disregarded.